What's up guys, it's your bro Rich here. Today's video is now an extended video of the previous Pontiac Firebird video. So today's video I am still on the Gen 3 Firebird. So before I continue on from where I left off, from last video, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell and hit all so you learn that we make new uploads. Okay, so without any further ado, let's continue on from where I left off to. So both the Firebird and Camaro were completely redesigned for the 82 model year, so 1982, with the windshield slope set around 62 degrees. So 62 degrees, I'd say somewhere around, so this is 90 degrees. About there, I think. I'd say, I don't know. So set at 62 degrees, about 3 degrees steeper. So 3 degrees steeper than anything GM had ever tried before. And for the first time, a large glass dominated hatchback that required no metal structure to support it. Two concealed pop-up headlights. First on the F-body cars, were the primary characteristic that distinguished the Gen 3. Distinguished the Gen 3 Firebird from both its Camaro assembly. So both its Chevy Camaro assembly and its prior form, a styling characteristic carried into the Gen 4's design. In addition to being about 500 pounds, a whopping 230 kilos lighter, pretty good, than the previous design. The new design was the most aerodynamic product GM had ever released. Wind tunnels were used to form the new F-body platform's shape. Excuse me. To form the new F-body platform's shape. And Pontiac took full advantage of it. The aerodynamic developments extended to the finned aluminum wheels, with both smooth hubcaps and a functional rear wing. Next up is the model. So we got the different versions. We got 6 versions of the Firebird. So we got the base. So there's the regular Firebird. Got the SE from 1982 to 1986. So we got the SE version from 1982 to 1986. The years from start to finish where Knight Rider was around at those times, as mentioned in the Grand Tour, with David Hasselhoff. So we got the SE from 1982 to 1986. So 1982 to 1982 to 1982 to 1986. Then we got the Formula version. From 1987. From 1987 to 1992. Then we got the Formula Firehawk from 1991 to 1992. So that's the shortest that was ever around for only a year, but that was pretty much it. Then we got the Trans Am, and we got the Trans Am GTA version. I think like Grand Theft Auto has got nothing to do with it. So the GTA version of the Trans Am, also from the same year as the Formula, 1987 to 1992. From 1987 to 1992. Speaking of the 80s. So speaking of the late 80s, we're now on the next one, which is 1988. So, in 1988, the Trans Am GTA, which was built with the standard 5.7 liter 350 V, with the standard 5.7 liter 350 V8, was offered with the option of the removable roof, aka T-tops. However, any buyer ordering this option could any buyer ordering this option could only order the 5 liter 305 V8 motor, because the roof didn't have the support for all the extra torque from the V8, requiring a power trade-off for those who wanted this option. Pontiac also introduced a rare option for the Trans Am GTA in the 1988 model year, the $800 notchback, which last year would have been $2,100, would be around $2,127. So like over $2,000 last year. So notchback, which replaced the standard large glass dominated hatchback. So glass dominated hatchback to make the Firebird design look less like the Camaro design. Look less like the Camaro design, and shared an appearance with the Pontiac Fiero, which was known as the poor man's Ferrari. The notchback was a special fiberglass rear deck lid, replacing the long sloped window with a short vertical rear window. So rear window resembling the back of a Ferrari 288 GTO. A total of 718 of these not a total of 700 a total of 718 of these notchbacks of these 718 of these notchbacks were built in 1988. So a total of 718 of these notchbacks were built in 1988. Were built in 1988. The promotion was only in the form of a sheet in the back of a notebook of available options. So, in the back of a notebook of available options. So of a notebook of available options. They were made by a company called AutoFab. So a company called AutoFab of Auburn Hills, Michigan. I think it's Wayne County, Oakland County, I'm not 100% sure. So Auburn Hills, Michigan. So Auburn Hills, Michigan. Is it Michigan? Problems with the incorrect fitting of the notchbacks to the GTAs at the Van Nuys plant in Van Nuys, San Fernando Valley, California, in Los Angeles. So at the Van Nuys plant often resulted in delays of several months for buyers who wanted this option. Furthermore, excuse me. So who wanted this option? Furthermore, quality control problems plagued the notchback. Many owners complained of both rippling and deforming of the fiberglass rear deck. So of the fiberglass rear deck. And others complained of large defects resembling acne forming in the notchbacks. Pontiac had to repair them under warranty. So under warranty, sanding down the imperfections and repainting them, only to have more flaws resurface months later. Because of both the poor quality and numerous expensive warranty repairs and respraying. The notchback was subsequently cancelled, unfortunately, for the 1989 model year via a bulletin in August 1988. Although production records indicate that a few were produced. Next up, 1989. For 1989, most Firebird models were nearly identical to those made in 1988. So those made in 1988. Both the Trans Am GTA and Formula 350 model Formula 350 models so Formula 350 models were fitted with upgraded 5.7 liters with upgraded 5.7 liter 350 Corvette L98 V8s. So it's Corvette L98 motors replacing the 5.7 liter replacing the 5.7 liter L90 V8 version that powered the 87 and 88 models. The L98 wasn't a factory option on the non-GTA version of the Trans Am back in 1989, which was downgraded to only feature the 5 liter 305 LB9 V8 motor. Both the Formula and GTA models sold with manuals all featured the LB9 motors as well, the LB9 V8s as well. In 1989, the end of the 80s, Pontiac made a limited edition 20th anniversary turbo Trans Am, which was the Indy 500 pace car that year. The 20th anniversary model featured the 3.8 liter turbo Buick V6 used in the 1987 Buick GNX. So GNX with two mods: redesigned cylinder heads. So redesigned cylinder heads because the F body had less space for the engine than the G body, with 8.1 compression ratio instead of 9.1, and upgraded turbochargers of turbo components that provided extra boost, 16 psi versus 14 for the GNX. The turbo Trans Am came with a 5-year 50,000 excuse me, with a 5-year 50,000 mile warranty. So 50,000 mile warranty rather than a 12-month 12,000 mile warranty. So I believe for every 1,000 miles is a month. I think, yeah, it is. So every month is 1,000 miles for a warranty. So rather than a 12-month 12,000 mile warranty that applied to the GNX, though officially rated at 250 horsepower, so 250 horsepower and 340 pound-feet, 461 newtons of torque. Dynamometer, or dyno testing for short. So dyno testing for short. So dynamometer, or dyno testing for short, of the 20th anniversary model tests regularly recorded over 300 horsepower. Pretty good, not too bad. It's pretty good power, 300 horsepower. Haggerty reported that the turbo Trans Am was only 0.1 of a second. So 0.1 second faster, so quicker than the GNX. in both 0 to 60, and quarter mile tests. The 20th anniversary 20th anniversary Trans Am also featured Chevy's high performance police Camaro 1LE brakes. So 1LE brakes, and it was the first Indy 500, and it was the first Indy 500 pace car that didn't require a motor, suspension, another performance upgrades and mods to handle pace car duties at the Indy 500. The 20th anniversary Trans Am was the final anniversary model to feature more than just a custom interior and special exterior paint trim. So special exterior paint trim. Last but certainly not the very least, we got his engines. Oh. Okay, so there's not much on there, but it does look like a lot. At least it's not confusing like the other ones. But we'll see what we can do. Okay, so starting off with the first one is, this is from all the way from 1982 all the way up until 1989. So, starting off with the first one is starting off with the first one is 1982. So we got 4 different motors. So we got a 2.5 liter 151 LQ9 GM inline 4 with electronically fuel injected inline 4 with just 90 horsepower. Not even close to 100. 90 horsepower from an inline 4 is nothing. Okay, so the next one we got is a little bit better, but still not really that good. A 2.8 liter 173 LC1 Chevy LC1 V6, making 102 horsepower. A bit better, but still not so much. The next one we got is the proper old school muscle car motors. The 5 liter 305 Chevy LG4 V8, making 145 horsepower. Then we got another version of the 5 liter Chevy V8, but this one has electronic fuel injection, and this is known as the LU5 Crossfire. So it's not in plain English, full sentence, a 5 liter 305 LU5 crossover. So a 5 liter 305 LU5 crossover EFI Chevy V8. So again, with electronic fuel injection, just like the inline 4. But unlike the inline 4, the V8 makes a bunch more power than this one. 165 horsepower. It's the most powerful for 1982 on this category list. But still, not so much. Okay, so next up is 1983 and 1984. So they both have the same exact motor as 1982. The only difference is it has a little bit more power to it. From 90 to 92 horsepower, so 2 extra horsepower, but still not so much. Then we got the same exact 2.8 liter Chevy LC1 V6. The one in 1983 made 107 horsepower, whereas the one in 84 made 125 horsepower. It's around 20 horsepower more than 1980. So around 20 horsepower more than what 1983 had to offer. The next one we got is a 2.8 liter high output Chevy LL1 V6, making 135 horsepower. There's both 83 and 84, and from both those same years, they have another version of the 5 liter Chevy LG4 V8, but this one made a little bit more power, up from 145 to 150 horsepower. So 5 more, but still not so much anyway. Then we got two versions of the 5 liter Chevy V8. Starting off with the first one is the LU5 LU5 Crossfire electronically fuel injected V8, which made 175 horsepower. Then we got two versions. We got two versions of the same exact motor. The 5 liter high output Chevy L69 V8, which they both made 190 horsepower. So it's both from 1983 and 1984. The LQ9 made only. So the LQ9 made 92 horsepower for both 83 and 84, and then they both have the same LC1 motor. But in 1983 they made 107 horsepower, 84 made 125 horsepower, and both have the same 2.8 liter V6, 175 horsepower, and the same 5 liter V8, 150 horsepower, the LG4. And for 1983, it has the same motor configuration, but it's an electronically fuel injected LU5 Chevy Crossfire V8, which made 175 horsepower. Then we got two Chevy L69 V8s, both 5 liter high output 190 horsepower V8s. Next up we got is 1985. So 1985 and 1986 as well. So starting off, so both years they have the same motor for the first one, a 2.5 liter GM LQ9 inline 4 with just 88 horsepower. However, none were even produced in 1986 for some reason. Anyways, the next motor we got is slightly better, but still not really the motor what people would kind of want or just want to use for their car. A 2.8 liter Chevy LB8 V6 with electronic fuel injection, which made 135 horsepower. So it's not so much, anyways. Then we got two versions of the 5 liter Chevy LG4 V8. The first one made 155 horsepower. The second one made 165 horsepower, so 10 horsepower more than what 1985 had to offer. Because in 1985, they produced 155 horsepower, and then a year later, in 1986, 165 horsepower was produced for this car. Then we got the 5 liter high output Chevy L69 V8 with 190 horsepower. Then we got two versions of the 5 liter Chevy LB9 V. Then we got two versions of the 5 liter Chevy LB9 V8 with tuned port injection. The first one made 190 horsepower, and the second version was a little bit more powerful, made 205 horsepower, so it was a bit better than before, but still. I mean, yeah, 15 horsepower more, but still not so much anyways, but oh well. So either that or you'd be stuck with 190 horsepower, so 205 is just a better option. So that's both 1985 to 1986. Next up is 1987. So, so 1987. So in both 1987 and 1988, and of course 1989 we're also doing. So in 87 and 88, they both have the same motor, the same LB8 motor, a 2.8 liter, excuse me, sorry, a 2.8 liter Chevy LB8 V6 with, so a 2.8 liter Chevy LB8 V6 with electronic fuel injection, which made 135 horsepower, both 1987 and 1988. Then we got two different versions of the 5-liter Chevy V8. The first one in 1987 made 155 horsepower, whereas the one in 1988, a year later, extra 15 more, so it made from 155 to 170 horsepower, which still is not so much anyways. Then we got it in 1987 the 5-liter LB9 V8, which was Chevy tuned with port injection and had an automatic gearbox, which made 190 horsepower. Then we got the same motor as well. So we got pretty much 4 different versions of the same motor. So the first one made 190 horsepower. Second version made 195. The third one made 215. And the fourth one, despite being the most powerful one, made 220 horsepower. So the ones with around 190, 195 horsepower, they were automatics. Whereas the ones with over 200 horsepower, so 215, 220, those were manuals. Then we got 2 versions of the 5.7 liter 350 Chevy L98 V8, which were both tuned with port injection. The first one made 210 horsepower. The second one made 225. So presumably the more powerful ones would have the manual. The least powerful ones with automatics. So it's 1987. Then we got 1988. So 1988 and 87, they both have the same 2.8 liter Chevy V6 with electronic fuel injection, the LB8 making 135 horsepower. Then we got another 5-liter Chevy V8, which was the L03, not the LG4, but the L03 V8 with 170 horsepower. Then we got 2 versions of the LB9 V8. So they're both 5-liter Chevy V8s with tuned port injection. Both V8s, the only difference is the power output because of the gearbox. The automatics made 195 horsepower. The manuals made a massive 220 horsepower, so it's pretty good. So that's an extra 25 horsepower more than before. Then we got 2 versions of the L98 5.7 liter Chevy 350 V8 with both tuned port injection, both making 225 horsepower. So it's not much of a difference anyway. However, the other version, the same motor, has equipped as an option with dual cats N10 option, So it's dual catback and 10 exhausts. It's a dual catback and 10 exhausts with 235 horsepower. Pretty good. So we got 1989. So we got 2 versions left. So we got another version of the same exact 5-liter Chevy LB9 V8 with tuned port injection again, but this time it was also a manual, but with again the dual cats and 10 option exhaust with 230 horsepower. And then now, last but certainly not the very least, we got the most powerful motor on the list, the mighty 3.8 liter Buick 3.8 liter Buick LC2 turbo V6, which made a whopping 200. That's right, 250 horsepower. 250 horsepower from a turbo V6. That's pretty good. 3.8 liters. That is just brilliant. Honestly, fantastic. Alright, and that is officially it for the Gen 3. So for my next Pontiac video, which I'll do a little bit later, probably, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe tomorrow or maybe tomorrow I got no clue at all, but I'll see what I can do. So for my next Pontiac Firebird video will be about the Gen 4 Firebird from 1993. That's right, 1993 to 2000. So 1993 to 2000. So 1993 to 2002. Alright, and that's pretty much it. So I'll do this possibly either later or tomorrow. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so that'll be it. If you guys like this video, subscribe, subscribe, comment down below, comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell and hit all so you're alerted of when I make brand new uploads. Alright, so that'll be it. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Till then, stay safe, have a great evening, and have a great day tomorrow morning. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So yeah, so take care, folks. Take care, folks. Take care, folks. Stay out there. Take care, folks. Stay out there. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.